Hopefully, in this activity, you have noticed that there have been some patterns. One pattern you might have noticed is that the atomic number is always equal to the number of protons. We can double check this using the Build an Atom simulator. And we can see if we have one proton, it's hydrogen. Doesn't matter if we add neutrons, doesn't matter if we add electrons. The only thing that changes what element we have, and therefore the atomic number, well, that's the number of protons. So we know that the atomic number of any hydrogen, whether it's hydrogen 2 or hydrogen 3, is going to be 1. So our atomic number is always the same as the number of protons. Well, what about our mass number? If we look at the symbol for hydrogen 2 over here, hydrogen 2 has a mass number of 2. It's got a 2 up here, that's its mass number. 2 in the left corner, upper left corner, is a mass number. So hydrogen 3 must have a mass number of 3. And I'm going to go ahead and call this hydrogen 3. Following the pattern as hydrogen 2, it's just the name of the element plus its mass number after a dash. How do we get the number of neutrons? Well, our mass number, if we look at our simulation, our mass number is always the number of protons and the number of neutrons combined. So this lithium-5 atom right here has a mass number of 5 because it has 3 protons and 2 neutrons. We would call this lithium-5. If we've got hydrogen 3, we know that hydrogen 3 has a mass number of 3. We know it has 1 proton. One way we could get the number of neutrons is to subtract the mass number and the number of protons. So if we take the mass number of hydrogen 3, which is 3, and subtract the number of protons, which is 1, we'll get 2. What about the number of electrons? So if we look in the upper right corner, we don't see anything here. If we look at the upper right corner of some of our other elements, we see that they have plus signs or minus signs. So if we don't have a plus sign or minus sign in the top right corner, that means that the element is neutral. If we remember from looking at the simulation, a neutral atom is one which has a net charge of 0. That means it's got the same number of positive protons as it does negative neutrons. If we have a charge of 0, if we have a neutral element, then our number of protons is the same as the number of electrons, and that also means our charge is 0.